Hari Om, Hari Om. Welcome to all of you.
Hari Om, Hari Om.
Yeah, all muted. So what are we doing now?
So, the 10th mantra. Uh, so far, how the creation came about from this Purusha has been explained. How the Samudra and Girid, all the mountains, etc., has been explained. And now we are into this 10th mantra, which essentially says how this Purusha, this Akshara Brahma alone, is this entire creation. So that is where we have requested Swamiji's help. And I would request everybody to keep the Bhashyam, Akshar Bhashyam, before them.
Om Sahana Bhavatu Sahanau Bhunaktu Sahaviryan Karavavahai Tejasvinavadhitamastu ma Vidvishavahai. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Om Bhadram Karne Vishrayama Devaha Bhadram Pashyemakshabhiryajitraha Sthirairangai Stushtvagum Sastanudhi Yashema Devaikai Yadayuhu Swasti na Indro Vruddhashavaha Swasti na Pusha Vishwavedaha Swasti Nastariksho Arishtanehi Swasti no Brihaspati Dadhatu Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. As an introduction, here what Anandagiri says, Yat Drushtam Kasmin Bhavo Vijnate Sarvada Vijnatam Bhavati iti. The Upanishad teaching started this question. Shavanako Mahavashalaha. So this great Rasta, whose name was, he was a sage Shavanaka. Kasmin Bhagavo Vijnate Sarvedam Vijnatam Bhavati. Oh, Venerable Sir, please tell me what it is, knowing which all this as well becomes known. This was the question. Which means that there is one thing, knowing which everything becomes known. This is the theme that Vedanta teaches. Here in Mundakopanisad, elsewhere in Chandogya in the Upanishad, this theme is there. How by knowing one thing, you essentially know everything. And the example is how by knowing one particle of clay, you know everything that is made of clay. Or how by knowing one particle of gold, you know all the ornaments made of gold. So this gold is called the Upadana Karanam, material cause of all the ornaments. Clay is the Upadana Karanam, material cause of all the pots and pans. Similarly also the question was, is there a material cause of the universe? Knowing which everything as well becomes known, and so yes, there is. Okay, the way
Ricola?
So the Tikakara says, Yat Prushtam Tasmin Bhagavo Vijnate Sarvana Vijnatam Bhavatiti. Oh Venerable Sir, what is it? In which all of this as well becomes known. The Nirvitam that has been explained, expounded. That there is Brahman. It's called Purusha or Brahman, which is the fundamental reality of the whole universe, which is equated to the material cause by the Vedantists. And knowing that everything as well, because mainly all the effects become known, that this has been explained in detail in the mantra so far. Sarvadam Paramatmana Jayate. That all of these is born of Paramatma, of Ishvara, of the great Lord. Atah Tavan Matram Sarvam. Therefore, all of these is nothing but Paramatma. When you say that all these ornaments are created from gold, that means knowing gold, everything becomes, all ornaments become known. Similarly also, that here the text says that here the word that is used is Aksharam. Aksharam, the immutable, which is same as Brahman, knowing which all this universe is as well known. And therefore, knowing that Akshara or immutable or Brahman, everything becomes known just as by knowing gold, all the ornaments become known. So now proceeding with the 10th mantra, the Bhashyakara says, Evam Purushat Savidam Prastat Savidam Samprasutam. Evam, in this manner, Purushat, from Purusha, from Paramatma, from Brahma, Sarvam Idam Samprasudam. All of this is very well born of Purusha. What is used is Purusha. Purnatvat Purusha. That's called Purusha is Purna or complete in every way. Or the one that is the self of all, Purishanat Purusha, the one who dwells in the city of this body also is called Purusha. So that way Purusha means the self of all. Purnatva, that means it is self of the universe. So that word Purusha itself shows the identity between the individual and total or Atma and Brahma. So this Upanishad has taught us that all of this is born of Purusha. So what about all this variety? You are telling us that all these variety or diversity of names and forms is born of one Purusha. Then we should see all of these as one. Why do we perceive this universe as diverse names and forms? How do we reconcile between the cause, which is one, and the effect that is many, diverse, varied? So the Bhashyakara says, Ataha Vacharambanam Vikaranamayam Amritam. Therefore, this many, that one of which all of these has emerged is one, and that is Satyam or the truth. And that very truth appears before us in the form of these various names and forms, and therefore this many or diverse is an appearance. One appearing as many. Not one has become many. In Vedanta creation. Actually, in Vedanta, the creation is merely an appearance and not really a real change or transformation. It's not that one has become many, but appears as many. The one is real, Satyam. The many is an appearance. Vedanta calls it Mithya or Namadhyam. That's only in the Anatta. So Bhashyakara continues, Dakaha Purusha Idam Vishram Sarvam. So this mantra 10 says, Purusha Eveda Vishram. What is Vishram? Vishram means Sarvam. Therefore, Purusha Paramatma, Param Brahma is all of this appearing as many names and forms. What is only Purusha, the Purna, the Paramatma. Vishwa means Saram. Therefore, Purusha is all of this. The Vishwam Nama, Purusha, Anyat Kinchidasti. What it means is that there is nothing in the universe that is other than Purusha. Whatever we experience is nothing but Purusha or Paramatma. I am seeing all of you, I am seeing Paramatma. I am seeing all these things around me, I am seeing Paramatma. I am experiencing myself, I am Paramatma. Now if this is not a reality for us, Swamiji, I don't feel that. I don't feel that I am Paramatma. I don't feel that all I see is Paramatma. I think that I am a limited being. I think that all those who I am watching or seeing are all different from me. That's what I feel. So either my feeling is right or what the Upanishad says is right. And Upanishad is Pramanam, therefore what Upanishad says is right. That is why to explain my feeling that there is many Upanishad explain in elaborate detail how the whole universe of names and forms was born of one Purusha. The Vishwam Nama Purushat Anyat Kinchidasti. What's called Vishwam, Sarvam, all this universe of names and forms is nothing other than Purusha, nothing other than Paramatma. Purusha means Purna, the one that is whole and complete. Understand what the Upanishad is telling us. That what is one Purusha, the whole and complete. Even though we may feel that what is there, what I experience is all diversity, I experience all divisions. That seems to be my experience. Upanishad says, that is not your experience, that is your conclusion. What you are experiencing is Brahman, one, whole. And you are interpreting that as man. Therefore, Navishramna, that is the reason why the Upanishad examines what is it that we call many. What is names and forms? What is the real names and forms? Asti, Bhati, Priyam is the reality of every Nama and Rupa. Therefore, the Nama Rupa is not apart from Asti, Bhati, Priyam. Asti, Bhati, Priyam, or Satchit Ananda alone is called Purusha in this Upanishad. Aksharam is called, Purusha is called, Satchidananda is called, Asti Bhati Priyam. Therefore, all this world universe of names and forms is not other than Asti Bhati Priyam. That is Satchit Ananda, that alone is called Purusha. The Vishwam Nama Purusha Anyat Kinchidasti. Therefore, what is called Vishwam of the universe is not other than Purusha or Paramatma. Atah Bhashyakara continues. Atah yaduktam tadetat abhitam. Therefore, remember that the Upanishad teaching started with this question. Shaunuko vai Mahasaya. The great Shaunaka approached the teacher and asked, Kasmin bhago vijnate sarvam vijnanam bhavati. Oh, whenever, sir, what is it knowing which all of this becomes known. Tadetadamitam. That is explained here by the process of creation and everything that the Upanishad describes. So how therefore, what is this Purusha? And Purusha alone appears as this diverse universe of names and forms. So you are Purusha, you are Purusha, you are Purusha, she is Purusha, I am Purusha. अतः यदुक्तं तत् एतत् अभेदम्. Therefore, the question was asked by Shaunika. Kasmin bhagavo vijnate sarvedam vijnatam bhavati. Oh, whenever, sir, what is it knowing which all this becomes known? Neither Abhidam has been very well explained here. एकस्मिन् हि परस्मिन् आत्मनि सर्वकारणे पुरुषे विज्ञाते. Bhashyakara says, एकस्मिन् हि एकस्मिन् हि परस्मिन् आत्मनि. Parasmin Atmani means Paramatma. So Paramatma, it consists of the two words Para and Atma. Therefore, either you can call it Paramatmani or each word is derived, each word is, that is in seventh case. So Parasmin Atmani, Parasmin is the seventh case of the word Para. Atmani is the seventh case of the word Atma. So called Paramatmani or say Parasmin Atmani. Sarvakarane Purusha Vijnate. And this Upanishad elaborately explains how from that one Paramatma all of this is born. All the mountains and all the rivers and all the forests and all the oceans and everything is born of that Purusha. Thus, in so many words, the Upanishad describe how the whole universe, diverse universe, consisting of Samudraha, Giraha, Sarve, Sindhaha, Sarupaha, the oceans and the mountains and the rivers, Sarvoshareha, all these Vanaspati, Rasasya, and all the various rasa, all the tastes, all of this has emerged from Purusha. Therefore, Purusheva idam vishvam nani asti iti vijñātam bhavati. So this way we can see, or the Upanishad makes us see, Purusha eva idam sarvam. The Purusha or Paramatma alone is all of this. Nanyat asti, and there is nothing other than Paramatma. This is the theme of all the Upanishads. In their own way, all the Upanishads reveal only one thing. That what is one reality appearing as many. And every Upanishad helps us see this fact. This Upanishad, in its own way, helped us by describing the diversity from one unity or oneness, how all of this is the appearance, one appearing as many. Purusha eva idam vishwam nanyat asti iti. That Purusha alone is all of this, and there is nothing other than Purusha. Iti vijñātam bhavati iti. And that's what becomes known to us, meaning that we are able to see this fact, that what is Purusha. The Bhashyakara continues, Kim punah idam vishwamiti uchyate. So the mantra that we are right now studying is the 10th mantra. Purusha eva idam vishwam karma tapo brahma paramrutam. Purusha or Paramatma alone in all of this universe. Universe consisting of what? Karma, tapaha, brahma, para. So Vishwam, karma, tapaha. Vishwam, the universe, that is the karma, and tapasya. Tapa is of the nature of jnana or knowledge. All of that alone is this universe. Therefore, Brahma Paramrutam. All of this is nothing but Brahman, which is Para Amrutam. The most exalted ambrosia, meaning most exalted ananda, most exalted wholeness or fullness. Therefore, Bhashyakara asked this question. Kim punah idam vishwamiti? If you ask this question, what is this Vishwam? What is this universe? Uchyate. Upanishad itself is implying this. So 10th mantra says, Purusha eva idam vishwam karma tapo brahma paramrutam. So karma and tapa. The universe consists of karma and tapa. Karma, agnihotradi, lakshanam, tapa, jnanam. So karma is Vedic karma or any karma. Agnihotra is one of the rituals, Vedic rituals. So all the Vedic karmas are included in the word karma. And from the Vedic karmas come all also the our daily worldly karma. So karma includes all these karmas or activities. What is tapaha? Karma and tapaha. Yasya jnanamayam tapaha. Earlier it came that Brahman is jnanamayam tapaha. Tapasya is not of the nature of, putting up with all the exertions or suffering. Tapaha is of the nature of the jnanam or knowledge. So tapaha means jnanam. The whole universe is nothing but karma and jnanam. Karma, the action, and jnanam, the knowledge. Tatkritam phalam. So, anirat etavaddi idam sarvam. So this is, everything is the creation or manifested karma and tapaha, action and knowledge. Tapaha is jnanam. Jnanam means knowledge. So these two entities are there, action and knowledge. You require knowledge to perform an action. And when action is performed with right attitude, that brings about knowledge by antahara shuddhi. Etavadidam sarvam, therefore, all of this is nothing but this karma and tapaha, the action and the meditation, action and knowledge. Bhashyakara continues further. Tatsetat brahmana karyam. And Upanishad Purushaha eva idam vishwam karma tapaha. Purusha alone is karma and tapaha. Therefore, etat brahmana karyam, what we call karma and tapaha, action and knowledge, of which the whole universe is created, from which etat brahmana karyam. So the passage says tapo karma tapaha brahma paramrutam. Paramrutam brahma. That para means supreme, amrutam immortal. Brahman alone is Vishwam, consisting of karma and tapaha. So Bhashyakara said, Tacha etat brahmana karyam. All this tapaha karma and tapaha is karyam, the effect, from Brahman, brahmana karyam. Kasmat sarvam brahma paramritam. Therefore, all of this is nothing but Brahman, which is paramritam, paramam, amritam, that supreme immortal. So, amritam immortal is again qualified by param. In case somebody may think that amritam means ambrosia which the devatas have. To distinguish this amritam, this immortality distinguished from that ambrosia, here is param amritam. The not amritam which is consumed and therefore we get exhausted. This is the supreme immortality. Param amritam ahameveti. And who is that param ahameveti? Bhashyakara says, I am that param amritam. See that amritam immortality. The immortal cannot be separate from me, because if something is separate from me, then there are two entities. I am one entity and the other thing is another entity. Moment there are two, there is duality, each one becomes limited. I am not what the other one is. The other one is not what I am. Meaning I do not include that, I exclude the other one. The other one excludes me. Because when there is dvaita or duality of bheda, then each one becomes limited. So Bhashyakara says, Paramam Amrudam Ahameva. That Paramam, the supreme immortal, is nothing but my own self. So Purusha eva idam vishwam karma tapaha brahma paramradam. Second line of the mantra says, etadyo veda nihitam guhayam. This Bhashyakara says, go veda nihitam sthitam guhayam. One who knows the supreme immortal, the param brahma, that's nihitam guhayam. That is lost in the cave of my heart. Guhayam, Rudi Bhashyakara says, Guhayam means the cave. The cave means in the heart. Sarapranayana Rudi. Not only lost in my heart, it is lost in the heart of all the beings, because it is one non-dual. Every being is just a vehicle. Just as the ornaments are the vehicles for manifestation of gold, so the Upadi, the name in form, is the vehicle or medium for manifestation of that one param. Yo Veda Nihitam Sthitam Guhayam. So one knows this param as existing in the very heart. So this is said again and again in the Upanishads. One that is lost in the heart. So what is in the heart? What do I experience in the heart? The I, whether I or the self is experienced, that is not only this physical heart, it is essence of my being. And therefore, Yo Veda Nihitam Sitam Guhaya Hridim Sarva Pranayana. Someone knows that the one that manifests as I, in the heart of all the beings. So, the one who comes to know this, that what is manifesting in my own heart, as I. This I is what goes self-effulgent. We do not need to make an effort to know that I am. If I ask you, are you there or not? Because yes, I am. How do you know that you are? Swamiji, I know by, touching myself, twisting myself. No. You can touch yourself, you can trick yourself, provided you are there in the first place. Therefore, I am is a self-existing, self-effulgent reality about myself. That's in my heart that I am constantly manifest. I need to make no effort to know that I am. How do I know I am? I am because the I am is self-effulgent, self-revealing. The Sarva Pranina Bhuti, the heart of all the living beings, one that manifests as I am, that is nothing, none other than this Param Brahma, which is this Vishwam. That Param Brahma, which is manifest as the whole universe, is in fact manifesting as I in my own heart. You can say that thus, even that I alone manifests as the whole universe. And therefore, the whole universe is nothing but I. All that is I, one non-dual, that alone is called Brahman. Evam Vijnana. So, by knowing this, by seeing this fact, that what I call you is nothing but the same I manifesting in that name and form. Every living being is nothing but the same consciousness manifesting in different names and forms. In what we call this unconscious entities, that also is nothing but the consciousness manifesting in this name and form. So what is consciousness manifesting in various names and forms. And therefore, the consciousness of the truth appears to be multiple, but what it is one. Evam Vijnana, so one who knows the self in this manner, I am Brahman, one, non-dual, Purusha, the complete, whole, boundless, avidya granthim vikirati. He cuts asunder the granthi, the knots of the ignorance. A knot, K-N-O-T, knot. That in fact ties two things together. So when he says there is a knot in our hearts, Hridayam, Prut-ayam. Knot here is in the words of Bada Swamiji, the unholy wedlock. Not the holy, but unholy wedlock between Purusha and Prakriti. Between Paramatma and the Upadhi, there is one, what it is just one. Evam Vijnana, Avidya Granthim. So Avidya Granthi, the knot of ignorance. Now Granthi, is a knot, K-N-O-T. So there is no real knot here. That's Granthim, Iva Granthi, like the knot. The Purusha and Prakriti are joined like the knot, K-N-O-T, knot. Not that there is real joining here. What is the identification? Granthim, Iva Rudibhutam avidya vasana. So Bhashyakara says, looks like a not Purusha and Prakriti, the self and the non-self, are as though tied together because of ignorance. So avidya vasana vikirati, so one who scatters, so destroys. Vikirati, vikshipati, nashayati, scatters, destroys. This avidya granthi, the knot of the ignorance, where the Purusha and Prakriti are shown as one. So Purusha appears to be limited by Prakriti. So when the Purusha realizes that unconsciousness, the upadhi, the Prakriti is matter, and I am distinct from the matter. So when that Viveka, the discrimination takes place, Jivaneva Namrita Sanna Avidya Iha. Mukmaya says, Avidya Gantim Vikirati Iha Somya. Iha means Jivan Eva, even while being alive. So this is a very important point that Vedanta makes. That this knowledge has to be gained even when we are in this body, while we are alive. That means that we will become liberated even while living. Then you remain liberated even after departing from this body. So Jivan Neva Nashayati. This knot of ignorance is destroyed here, even when I am alive. Namrita Sanna Bhashyakara says, not after death. This knowledge has to be gained here. The liberation, the freedom has to be gained here, in this human body. Hey Soumya, hey Priyadarshana, oh pleasing one, Priyadarshana. The disciple is always pleasing. The Guru is always pleased looking at the disciple. And that's because the disciple is the one who wants to know the self, who is dedicated to the knowledge, and therefore who wants to give up even the identification of upadhi, and who wants to identify with the real beauty which is there, which is self. Therefore, every aspirant is so is beautiful, good looking, pleasing one. Hey Soumya, hey Priyadarshana, oh pleasing one. So this is how the Upanishad concludes the teaching of the Prasama Khanda, Vijay Mundake Prasama Khanda, the first section in the second Mundaka.
I just have one question.
Our Kushti has one question.
That Granthimeva Dradibhutam Avidya Vasana, if you can size it.
So Granthimeva Dradibhutam Avidya Vasana. Granthimeva Dradibhutam, just as a knot has become very tight, meaning that it cannot be dissolved. Then Vikirati, it has to be cut asunder. So avidya vasana is a habit. The habit that we have of taking the self as limited. That I am a limited being, that is what is ongoing, going on from the time beginningless. Which means that I am born with this habit of taking myself with this body, taking myself as limited. And the habit is because I do not know the nature of myself in avidya. So this avidya vasana means the vasana caused avidya, or avidya in the form of vasana. So vikirati, one who scatters, who throws away, who destroys, vikshivati, nashayati, iha, jivan even while one is alive, namrita, not after death. Hey Soumya, hey Priyadarshana.
That Dradi Bhutam, Swamiji, does it mean that it becomes more firm because of those vasanas?
Doesn't mean Dradi Bhutam. This vasana, all this ignorance is going on from the time beginningless. And in every birth I am born with ignorance, therefore the ignorance becomes more and more firm. Ignorance in every birth as though remains firm. So Dhuri Bhuta, this avidya vasana has become very firm, and that's to be cut asunder.
My second question here, etasmin iha parasmin atmani.
Ekasmin hi,
Etasmin.
parasmin atmani.
Can we interpret that as parasmin as Paramatma and Atmani as the self? That when Paramatma is identified as the self?
No. Paramatma is one word.
One word.
And so parasmin atmani is a declension.
Okay. If anybody else have any question.
Any question?
May I ask?
Listening?
May I ask?
Yes,
Yes. In Tattva Bodha and here, there is one difference I see, is that the concept of Maya is not used here. So, how do I connect Maya with this concept? Or is not necessary?
The word Maya is not used here, is that the question?
Yeah, yes. Maya is not used.
The word Maya may not be used. But the very description reveals that it is Maya. Maya means an appearance of what is not really there. Therefore, the self appearing as a limited being. Self that is limitless, appearing as a limited being, is an appearance caused by ignorance, or you can call it Maya. Maya is not different from ignorance. Ignorance has these two aspects, avarana and vikshepa, meaning the veiling and projection. So first of all, it veils my true nature, which is Brahma, and vikshepa, it creates an appearance of a limited being. So not only do I not know myself as limited, but I take myself to be a limited being. So that is, avidya and maya are not different. But if avidya or ignorance has these two aspects, avarana and vikshepa, avarana is veiling, vikshepa is projection, then avidya can be called avaranam and vikshepa can be called maya. So veiling and projection. Otherwise, maya also is used for ignorance.
It is not said here, but earlier it was said Aksharat Paraha. Where?
No, he is concerned the word maya is not used here.
Yeah.
But it doesn't have to be used. I mean, that everybody unfolds things in their own way. So same words may not appear everywhere. But here, avidya vasana. For ignorance, the vasana, the habit created from ignorance.
Okay. Thank you. Hari Om.
Any other questions?
Hari Om. I have a question. Okay. Okay, Madhiji, please.
Swamiji, like all the problem is because where there is one, we see two, and where there is two, we see one, right, Swamiji? So we actually superimpose Prakriti and Purusha, where the two becomes one. Like that's how we see the world. So that is the problem, right, Swamiji? But we should see everything as one.
Right. But that is not seeing by eyes, understand?
Okay.
Meaning that the experience and the level of the perception will remain the same. It is our interpretation. The many is not that we see many, we interpret, what we see is interpreted by us as many. So what we experience is only one, because that's all there is. But our mind interprets that one as many or diverse, as various. So that is our interpretation. Therefore we are told, when you say that there is one, many, what is that? It is Asti, Bhati, Priyam, and Nam and Rupa. So manyness is at the level of name and form, but every name and form is a manifestation of Asti, Bhati, Priya, which is myself. I am so used to give reality to my own name and form and looking upon myself as an individual entity, distinct entity. Therefore, I habitually give reality to your name and form and thus interpret you as different from me. It is not that we see many. We interpret what we see, we interpret as many. Like there are parallel mirrors, and then you may see many reflections of yours. Then you know that all the reflections are of mind, therefore we don't interpret them as many. You see many, but interpretation is what? The interpretation is what is important. That's what the Upanishad wants us to correct.
Okay. Thank you so much.
Gopalji?
Yeah, Swamiji, Gopal here. I just want to know the ignorance in the mind, which is a not, it can be said as a not knowing the Tattvamasi. Is it the same as the not knowing Tattvamasi? Is the not of ignorance?
Can you please repeat the question?
The not knowing Tattvamasi is the same as the not the ignorance in the heart?
Yes. Not knowing myself as Brahman is ignorance. Taking myself to be a limited being is ignorance. Ignorance creates this misperception, misapprehension. Therefore, ignorance has two aspects, not knowing the true nature and taking myself contrary to what I am. Not knowing that limitlessness is my nature and taking myself to a limited being, these are two aspects of ignorance. First, not knowing who I am, and secondly, taking myself to be contrary to what I am. You follow?
Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you.
Anybody else?
Swamiji, firming up this concept in the mind, in the heart, is a very difficult thing actually. Could you suggest something, some practices or something which we can, practice so that this concept firms up? Because ultimately firming up in the heart is the crux of the things, is it not? Yeah, so what do you suggest that we should, follow? Because practicing and making it in the day-to-day life.
Not mine.
Okay, yes. That is why practice of nididhyasanam, what you understood by Shravanam and Manam, bringing that in mind again and again, because first is a question of not knowing. Second is, after knowing also, we need to firm up that knowledge. Because this ignorance, the form of my taking myself to be limited, is so very deeply rooted that the knowledge also has to be equally rooted. And therefore, the practice of, call it meditation, call it nididhyasanam, aham brahmasmi, I am Brahman. So if I have understood that, then keep on making my mind, not repeating, making my mind see that fact again and again. Or put it this way, whatever we understood, making our mind see that again and again is an important thing. Doesn't matter even if you have not understood that you are Brahman. But in learning Vedanta, whatever insight we got, let the mind see that again and again so that the insight becomes clear or firm in our mind. And that way, slowly and slowly, our habit of thinking will change. The habit of thinking that is a habit of thinking that comes from ignorance has to be slowly transformed. So as we gain an understanding, we have to make that understanding firm by repeating that understanding in our mind. That's called nididhyasana, meditation.
Yes, thank you.
So, with respect to Tattva Bodha, that is also what we were doing, right? That Atma Anatma Viveka, that is the first thing that all your daily activities, bring it back. That when I'm walking, when I'm talking, when I'm doing a conversation, what exactly does it mean? Who is doing the talking? Who is doing the walking? So that it is not just textual, it also, I can relate to it. I can understand that exactly at what level are these activities happening. So we can put that into practice, at least Atma Anatma Viveka, and then go forward from there.
Very good. Yes.
So I think I just want to thank Swamiji for his time. It is Swamiji's dinner time, so we should let him go.
But still, if there is any quick question, then we can answer that.
If anybody has any question, Rachita ji, Pongo ji, Neha ji, Meera, Bhakti.
Bhakti Shem.
Yeah, Bhakti there. With Narayan.
Oh, okay. All right. Yeah.
So,
Swamiji, thank you. Couple of us are here in Ashvidya Gurukulam for these summer courses. It's amazing. Sakshat Kritananda sectors are. Thank you for giving us this opportunity. Constant thought, like you said about Nididhyas. I think that's all we have to do now. We know it. We know the theory. It's just telling us over and over and over. So thanks for giving us that opportunity.
Very good. Very nice.
So shall we close with the prayers? If nobody has any question?
I was telling that this morning with Jalpaben and Pareshbhai and everybody's group, we were doing the Dakshinamurti Stotra, and there was a big discussion about Atma and this creation. And we were having the discussion that Atma is not doing Lakshana, Atma's Lakshana, not to see, not to this. And Jalpaben was explaining that, just like imposing the surf on the rope, just like that we are imposing all this creation on Atma, and that is the problem. So can you just little bit elaborate in that so I can take it back tomorrow and explain what you said?
Well, what we call creation, So even though it consists of many things and being and inert and sentient and animate, inanimate beings are infinite number, countless things are there. But if you find out the most common denominator, just as you may have 100 ornaments, the most common denominator is gold. So also the most common denominator of all that we are experiencing in names and forms is Asti Bhati Priyam. Every name and form is a vehicle for the manifestation of Asti Bhati Priyam. So when there is diversity at the level of Nama Rupa name and form, there is the unity or oneness at the level of Asti Bhati Priyam, and that is myself. So that is what used to be practiced, as our Pushti said.
Thank you, Swamiji.
Anything else?
We are thankful to Swamiji and giving a live lecture to us. Thank you.
Thank you, Swamiji.
Okay.
My pranam, Swamiji.
So you have this, what is that bridge behind you? Is it the Golden Gate Bridge?
No, it is a virtual.
George Washington Bridge, huh?
The virtual.
It's a virtual image.
It's an image, all right, but image of which bridge?
It's the San Francisco Bridge,
San
Swamiji.
Francisco.
Oh, San Francisco Golden Gate Bridge.
Golden Gate.
Yeah,
Oh,
Golden
yes.
Gate Bridge.
Yeah. Good. Very nice. All right, so we're concluding with the prayer.
Yeah.
Om Purnamada Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vashishyate Om Shanti 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 Hari Om Shri Gurubhyo Namah Hari Om.
Hari Om, Swamiji. Hari Om.